If you've been disappointed with the performance of the Texans defensive line when it comes to sacks, and specifically Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, boy, have I got some great news for you. You're looking at it all wrong, and there's three big reasons why those sack numbers are about to go up, 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 up for the Houston Texans, and specifically that dynamic duo at defensive end in Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Let's get to the facts of the situation. Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, you had high expectations for them heading into this season. Man, Will Anderson, the reigning, defending, undisputed defensive rookie of the year, coming into this season with Danielle Hunter, one of the most expensive free agents from this past year's free agency class, and an incredible performer last year. Putting those two on the same team, that's sure to yield eye-popping sack numbers over the course of this season. And it eventually will, but it hasn't up to this point. Hunter and Anderson have combined for just 4 sacks on the season. That's right, just 4 sacks between Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Hunter is 69th overall in total sacks. That's not nice. And Anderson is 38th overall in total sacks. But again, I've got 3 reasons why you shouldn't be freaking out about these sack numbers and why you should believing that those are about to pop in the coming weeks. Number 1 is the teams that the Texans have played. Look, they've played some mobile quarterbacks over the course of this schedule, combined with teams that want to get the football out quick. So Anthony Richardson, Caleb Williams, Josh Allen, mobile guys that avoid pressure, extend plays, and are still able to get rid of the football. Plus, Richardson and Allen, not easy guys to bring down. When they faced a statuesque quarterback, a guy with not as much mobility, the Texans had 4 sacks on Sam Darnold. And then Trevor Lawrence, well, the Texans didn't really beat him up, but Lawrence is always one of the best in getting rid of the football fast. See, that's the thing. If you and I know that Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter are a dangerous duo at defensive end, you know who damn sure knows that they're dangerous and they need to get rid of the football? The guys under center for the opposing teams. Those guys know for sure that they got to get rid of the football or use their legs to extend the play. So teams are aware that those players are coming for their quarterback, and they've done things to counteract it. It's not just getting rid of the football. I asked defensive coordinator Matt Burke this week, in addition to getting rid of the football, what else do teams do to try to slow down this pass rush?
Varying protection schemes. They can, diff with chips or maxing up or doing different things, moving the pocket. A lot of teams will try to run screens and things like that to slow us down, you know what I mean, and try to just make your rush hesitate a little bit. Obviously, quick throws, getting the ball out, having answers. There's a lot of variety of ways running the ball and keeping you in shorter and manageable situations where it's harder to maybe get pressure, where those quick throws, if it's 3rd and 3, you can get the ball out of your hand and still get a first down. If it's 3rd and 9 and you get the ball out of your hand quick, maybe it's not a first down, so maybe that's not as successful, So we have to be good on our early downs, and I think they're going to try to make them more manageable downs to allow those strategies to be more successful when you do get those situations.
Some additional explainers there from Matt Burke about what teams have been trying to do to mitigate what Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter bring to the table from a pass rush perspective. So the first biggest thing is teams are aware of this and they're trying to stop it, but they're not doing a great job in keeping their quarterback safe. That brings us to the numbers of the situation. The numbers are really good for Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, and really the Texans as a team as a whole. So we talked about Danielle Hunter 69th in total sacks and Will Anderson 38th in total sacks. That's not the most impressive number. What if I told you heading into this week of NFL action, Danielle Hunter was number 1 in total quarterback pressures and Will Anderson was 8th in total quarterback pressures. And heading into this week, Danielle Hunter was 3rd in quarterback pressure percentage, and Will Anderson was 12th in quarterback pressure percentage. They are making quarterbacks' lives hell. They just aren't getting the sacks to finish this thing off. But they're going to show up. And it's not just for Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. The rest of the team has been doing a good job pressuring the quarterback. The Texans are number 1 in quarterback pressure percentage. They are number 6 in total quarterback pressures, but they're also 5th in sack percentage, meaning they're converting a lot of those pressures. So when you look at Danielle Hunter's numbers, you look at Will Anderson's numbers, you see that they've combined for 4 sacks. Now, that's not great. The Texans as a team are in the top 12 when it comes to sacks. They're getting to the quarterback. Maybe you'd want to get them to the quarterback a little bit more than they have been, but they're getting to the quarterback. The numbers show that this is a highly dangerous defensive unit when it comes to getting after the quarterback, and it's led by Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, who are 2 of the best at getting after the quarterback and making it difficult to be comfortable playing quarterback against the Houston Texans. I gave you the numbers so that I can then now give you the trends, the final element here to this Texans' future success at sacking the quarterback. A quick second here for my friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the best, easiest way to play daily fantasy. Play your first 5, get $50 for free when you use the code STOOTS, STOOTS, to sign up. Man, all this talk about pressures got me thinking we got to put Drake May into a Prize Picks. May and his rushing yards, he's going to be running for his life. He'll probably scramble for enough to get us there. Let's go Drake May more than 25.5 rushing yards. And it's been a while since Stefon Diggs has been in the end zone. Diggs with a little bit more because of Nico Collins being out. Sure sounds like a good idea to me. Let's put those 2 together and let's sneak in a Derrick Henry rushing touchdown as well. We can 5 times our entry at Prize Picks with that. How about $9.99 on that to get us $49.95? I mean, you can buy something fun off of the TV, order it on the TV or in a catalog, $49.95 when you get that going at Prize Picks. Look how easy it is. You can do that. You can tap away. Sometimes you can even 1,000 times your entry with Prize Picks. The best, easiest way, right along with me. Use the code STOOTS, play 5, get 50 for free. Thanks to Prize Picks, the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy. The trends are really important because it shows you where teams are going to eventually end up in total sacks. So I went back and looked at the last 5 years, and I took the teams that ended up in the top 3 each of those 5 years. Where were they in quarterback pressure percentage, total quarterback pressures, and ultimately sack rate for their team? Okay, where were they? Well, most of the teams ended up in the top 10 for quarterback pressure percentage. The Texans are number 1 right now. A lot of the teams, 10 out of the 15, ended up in the top 10 for total quarterback pressures. But here's the important one. Here's the one that matters the most. Amongst teams that finished in the top 3 for total sacks over the past 5 seasons, 14 of those 15 teams were top 5 in sack percentage. The Texans right now are top 5 in sack percentage. They are going to start converting some of these opportunities. You don't end up with so many of these pressures, and you don't end up with so many of these rushes ending up as a quarterback pressure and not turn them into sacks. So are the numbers a little low right now? Are they a little disappointing, especially for Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, who have combined for just 4 sacks? Yeah, they are a little low. They are a little low from a sack perspective, but think about what a sack is. Think about what it is overall. It is one successful play in 1,000 snaps over the course of a season, a few hundred pass rush snaps. You get home for a sack. That's 1 out of 500 plays, maybe, that you get the sack. You want to be a player that is constantly pressuring the quarterback. Talked with George Fant about this last year. I was talking to him about pressure rate versus converting them into sacks. And Fant told me, hey, I really hate guys that bring a lot of heat. You can end up with a sack because a guy rolls out the wrong way or the pocket collapses on the left side and it runs into the guy. You can run in to a couple of sacks, but guys that continuously bring pressure are the ones that you worry about and you don't want to face week in and week out. You know what the Texans are doing with their defensive line, especially at the defensive end spot? They are constantly bringing pressure on opposing teams, and it will eventually turn into sacks. So I don't think I've ever said the words pressure, Danielle Hunter, or Will Anderson more in one video than this one, but I hope I've laid out a genuinely interesting case for why, yeah, the numbers from a sack overall standpoint don't look great right now, but they are on their way. The sacks are coming. Okay, isn't it funny? They're going to New England. The British are coming. Paul Revere's midnight ride. Yeah, well, it'll be an afternoon destruction of Drake May as Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, and all their buddies get in on a Boston sack party instead of a Boston Tea Party. What say you? If I convinced you that the sacks are on the way, let me know in the comment section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, don't forget to visit our friends at Prize Picks. You want to get in on some daily fantasy, they are the best. Use the promo code Stoots, STOOTS. Play 5, get $50 on Prize Picks. That link's in the description down below. And of course, for any of your air conditioning needs, well, you got to check out Platinum AC and Heating. My guy Dwyane is the best in the business. 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau. Best prices in town, best service in town. He'll talk Texans with you as well. Give him a call today, 832-777-3683. That's 832-777-3683. Platinum AC and Heating, the best in the biz. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And I can't wait until we talk Texans again soon.